If the cops can't depend on the cops to keep them safe, what makes you think you can?
In the search tonight for the suspects who brutally beat and nearly killed a New York cop. That officer tonight recovering in the hospital.
It turns out he's just one of nearly 20 victims of this dangerous and violent mob roaming the streets of Queens and the Bronx. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kemp.
Take a look at this new surveillance video released by the NYPD. These are the four men police say violently robbed an off-duty police officer and fractured his skull. Investigators believe they're responsible for at least 19 brutal robberies, a spree spanning almost a month in the Bronx and in Queens.
I hold the politicians are the ones that are responsible for it. They should be held accountable for what's happening in this city, from the bail reform to the petty crimes.
Muhammad Ali is a friend of 48-year-old officer Mohammed Chowdhury, who can be seen here being ambushed and tossed to the ground. He was jogging on Olmsted Avenue yesterday morning when it happened, just blocks from home. The assailant struck him repeatedly in his head before stealing his phone, car keys, and wallet.
Now, I don't say you can't depend on the police to keep you safe because I hate cops or think they all suck at their jobs. On the contrary, I have a lot of friends who are cops, and they also tell people all the time, get a firearm and learn to use that firearm safely because you can't completely rely on the police to be there when you need them. It's not like this situation is a one-off. It literally happened 19 times. The only reason they're getting away with it is because they know no one in New York can carry a firearm. You're not getting away with doing something like this in a place like Texas or any other state where the people are known to carry firearms on a regular basis. What's crazy is there's police presence damn near everywhere in New York City, yet this still happened, and it continues to happen. And as a matter of fact, it's getting worse.
Those crime stats released by the NYPD showing that both shootings and murders were up last month. And for this month, things do not appear to be off to a good start.
According to the latest NYPD crime stats, shootings are up by 13% in July compared to last year, and murders went up 34%.
These criminals are robbing people in broad daylight, like they're live-action role-playing Grand Theft Auto. They're not scared of the cops. They're not scared of jail. The only thing they're scared of is running up on someone with a gun who knows how to use it. It's New York, and people don't carry guns in New York, and the criminals know it. I don't care who you are. Anyone being attacked by multiple dudes is going to have a problem that he won't be able to solve with just his fist. Disparity of force is a real thing, and places like New York City have done their best to make sure that if something like this happens to you, you won't be able to have what you need to deal with it effectively, and that's the problem. The government and these politicians are not your Lord and Savior, so stop crying to them every time something happens. They're only worried about re-election, so they only view the world through the lens of stats. Someone who is being attacked and doesn't have a gun to deal with it because of the gun laws in their state doesn't care how low the state's gun violence rate is. They're being attacked. The Supreme Court just ruled that New York City's concealed carry permit process was unconstitutional. Now, New York City will be forced to provide permits to people who meet the objective requirements to carry a firearm. But will it really even matter if they make damn near the entire city a gun-free zone? That's the game that they play in New York. They'll give you a permit, but then tell you everywhere you'd normally be able to go is now a gun-free zone. Which begs the question, if the city of New York goes out of its way to avoid a law, what makes you think the criminals won't do the same thing with respect to gun laws? The people of New York City should be racing to get their concealed carry permits after hearing this story. If a story about a cop being attacked in a city with the biggest police force in the country doesn't make you realize that your safety is in your own hands, I don't know what will. If you're ever attacked, there may be a police there, there may not be. And if not, at least now you have a gun to protect yourself, because feeling safe doesn't mean you're actually safe. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. If you know, you know. Guns aren't political. That's why I need your help getting this message to spread on YouTube by clicking the thumbs up button, leaving a comment to let me know what you think of the video, then subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, click that bell symbol. For products featured in this video, click the links in the description.